Welcome, everybody, inside Tri-Christian Academy basketball gym at the Tri-Christian Academy Baptist Church. My name is Connor Bonfilio. I'm here alongside the talented Griffin Greenberg. We're here in Chandler, Arizona for a CAA basketball matchup. The Warriors hosting the Wickenburg Christian Lions. Tri-City Christian coming in 10-0. They have not lost a game this season. In fact, Griffin, they haven't lost a game since January 2018. We want to take you back in time. The last time this squad has lost a basketball game, the movie Black Panther was being premiered in Los Angeles.
Wow. David
Beckham just launched the MLS team Inter Miami CF. Roger Federer won the Australian Open for his 20th Grand Slam title. Bruno Mars won Grammys for the best song, That's What I Like, and best album, 24K Magic. So it's been a long time since these guys have lost a basketball game.
Definitely.
Griffin, you cover prep basketball. What can you tell me about these two squads coming into tonight?
You know, these two squads obviously very good record base, but, you know, they each won their state championship last year, D2 state championship for Tri-City Christian and Wickenburg winning the D1, so it's going to be a great matchup here today.
Absolutely. We're going to the national anthem, so we're going to go quiet for just a few seconds. Okay, national anthem just wrapping up here. We're going to introduce the starters in just a moment for both teams. Griffin, let's talk about these programs. Tri-City Christian Academy, this is their 50th year as a school. Paul Brown, head coach. This is his 19th year as head coach. He also serves as the Canyon Athletic Association Executive Board President. So he's a big name on campus.
Yeah.
They obviously have an incredible storied franchise. As we've told you, they've won 37 straight home games in a row back to January 2018. So it's been about 4 years since they've lost a game at home. They are led by junior guard Andy Mora, number 23. He was voted last year's CAA Division II Player of the Year. This year, he's leading the Warriors in every single category. Guy is a beast. 24 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 6 assists a game, and a whopping 4.5 steals a game. He's shooting 53% from the field and 73% from the free throw line as the Warriors' starting lineups are underway right now.
Yeah, I mean, going back to that point on Mora, this kid's a stud. I mean, he was, you know, one of the CAA, he was voted CAA Division II Player of the Year last year, and just a sophomore, like we mentioned, and it was hard to kind of predict his stats would get, you know, that much better this year, but they just skyrocketed right through the roof, and he's had a great season so far.
Yeah, you didn't think they could get much better, Griffin, but here we are. Starters for Tri-Christian Academy, the Carnes brothers. That's Chris Carnes and Adam Carnes. Number 21, Jake Torres. Number 23, Andy Mora. Star of the show tonight, most likely. And fifth starter will be Miles Limata, number 32. He's going to anchor the front court for the Warriors. As for Wickenburg, the visitors, it'll be Joe Rigo, number 00. Number 1, Isaac Matney. He's the son of head coach Bradley Matney. He's got 2 sons on this squad. Number 3, Mark Blodgett, a junior. He heads a 2-headed monster of Wickenburg Academy, Mark Blodgett, and Drake Matney, the other son of the head coach. Both of them averaging over 20 points a game. Drake averaging 10 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game, shooting 51% from the field. Mark Blodgett, 22 a game, 5.5 assists a game, 3.6 steals a game, and shooting over 40% from 3. Fasten your seatbelts, Griffin. This should be fantastic.
Yep, our 2 star players to tip it off right here.
And Tri-City controls the tip, and we're underway. Mora running the show for the Warriors. Over on the right wing. Up top on the screen. And the cut, it's Andy Mora starting off the scoring.
Nice cut, came right around the pick. That's an easy layup.
Absolutely, they're going to have that all night if they keep running that to perfection. Now it's Drake Matney over into the corner. Finding Mark Blodgett up top, swinging it around. Back to Blodgett for 3. Is no good, off the rim. And Limata secures the rebound.
Limata averaging 5 rebounds a game this season, already getting hit on the early action boards. He's matched up against Doc Massey.
Absolutely, as Mora uses the screen from Limata and drains the 3. Warriors go up 5-0 with 7 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. It's Zion Hintz with the ball. Hintz driving and kicking outside to Blodgett. Passed up the 3, takes the elbow extended jumper. It's no good. Limata secures another one. And here comes Mora. Using the screen from Limata. Pass up on the 3 to the rack. Kicks outside for 3 in the corner. Is no good. Limata fighting for it with Blodgett. Comes away with it and finds his teammate Mora. Out to Carnes. Back to Mora. Down low to Limata. Stuffed at the rim. Great defense there from Drake Matney. And the Lions are on the break. That was great defense from Wickenburg there, Griffin.
Yeah, foul called there, but that last play by Mora, great hesitation to find the open shooter in the corner, just couldn't knock down the shot.
Absolutely. They double-teamed Limata down low, and he really had nowhere to go with it. Wickenburg coming out in the stack sideline out-of-bounds play. Head coach Bradley Matney of Wickenburg having a heated conversation with the referee. Won't speculate on what he said, but let's just say they were not discussing their breakfast.
Definitely not.
Blodgett now. Rigo down low looking for it, and it's stolen away. And it's Chris Carnes taking over for Tri-City. Over to Mora on the wing. Oh, he almost dropped Mark Blodgett with that.
Watch
Step
out.
back. My goodness. I wanted him to shoot that one, Griffin. Now he wants it back, understandably. Carnes now on the wing. Limata looking for help. Finds it in Jake Torres. Over to Mora on the wing. Great pass back to Torres. Fumbled the ball. Back outside, Carnes to the bucket, and he had it stolen. Secured by Torres. Mora up top. Finds his teammate Adam Carnes and blew the layup.
Nice tip out. Another second chance.
That brother-to-brother connection. I think we're going to be saying that a lot tonight.
Definitely.
Mora off the pick, has the switch, mismatch. Mora with the pull-up, and it's no good. Rebound by Doc Massey. Blodgett now, getting directions from the coach. He was looking for Zion Hintz on the elbow, but he wasn't there. Rigo, back outside to Blodgett for 3, and it's short. That was Drake Matney fighting for the rebound, but his foot was out of bounds. And Tri-City will take over, as I think there's going to be a full timeout from Bradley Matney and Wickenburg Christian. Okay, Griffin, 5-0 to start this game. We're 3 minutes into the first quarter. What have you seen from both teams?
I mean, obviously, I like what Tri-City's, came out with so far. Obviously, getting into their offensive sets really early. They've gotten a ton of offensive rebounds already. I believe it's at 4 or 5. Just haven't really been able to knock down shots, but still better than Wickenburg at the moment, who doesn't have any points on the board.
Absolutely. It's clear they're using Mora off of a multitude of screens. They want to get him involved in the pick and roll, as well as the flex cut down low, and then the dribble weave or excuse me, the handoff.
Right.
That first basket he got, a great cut into the key, and it had an easy layup. Then he almost dropped the dude. I really wanted to see him shoot that one, but was not able to get the ball back. Obviously, they're going to run the offense through him all night long. Let's see if Wickenburg can adjust a little bit and maybe get some points on the board here. No changes in personnel. It'll be Torres, Andy Mora, Miles Limata, and the Carnes brothers for Tri-City. Mora off the double screen, finds Torres on the short corner, driving to the bucket. Trapped, back outside to Mora for three. Almost falls, but does not, unfortunately. Blodgett comes away with the rebound. Blodgett driving and kicking. Over to Zion Hintz, kicked it back out to Blodgett. Drake Matney now. And he's pickpocketed by Andy Mora. Mora to the bucket. Got him on the pump fake, and the foul, and the bucket. Andy Mora, great patience there. Waited for Drake Matney to bite on the pump fake, put it up, got it to go.
Very disciplined play by Mora right there. And on the defensive end, I noticed, who was it? It was Mora a bit sagging off of his defender, but also Jake Torres. They're basically daring Joe Rigo to shoot at the moment down there on that other end. So that's something to look out for, too.
Totally, as Mora is able to convert the three-point play. You know, we don't see that very often. We like to see guys just take it to the rack off 1 foot immediately. Great presence of mind and great patience to go off of 2 feet. As there's a steal from Miles Imata. Great fronting of the post down low as they find Mora again using the ball screen. Finds a wide open Torres down low with the hoop and the harm. Jake Torres, great pass from Andy Mora. They're firing on all cylinders, Griffin.
What a start for this Tri-City Christian team. Back-to-back steals. They actually average more steals this season than turnovers per game.
I noticed that. A lot of players on their team average over 3 steals a game, which is impressive, to say the least. Reveals their defensive-minded basketball. Great brand of basketball if you're Paul Brown, going into his 19th year, almost 2 decades with the program. He's obviously seen some success. Their career record is 383 and 72. That's an .820 win percentage. That's very close to the great Greg Popovich. Now it's Blodgett and Wickenburg trying to get points on the board, down 11-0 here. Using a screen from Rigo, finds Hintz in the corner. And it's taken away again. Another steal by Tri-City Christian, and Mora's on the move. Mora driving, kicking to Carnes for 3. No good. Drake Matney now for Wickenburg on the rebound. Goes all the way to the basket and lays it in. Drake Matney puts Wickenburg on the board. Cuts the lead to 9. First points of the game for them.
Good. Did you see Matney just fly up the court there?
Absolutely. I think
that was so easy.
3 dribbles to the bucket. Impressive. Mora now running the show. Finding Carnes. Wants it back. Finds the other Carnes down low. Back outside to Mora. Up top. Torres. Mora, great ball movement. Carnes in the short corner. Comes up short. And Matney secures another rebound. He's going to need to get going for Wickenburg if they want to make this a close game.
Yeah, and Carnes could have really followed his shot there. Could have got an easy floater off the miss, but
he'll be punching himself for that one, Griff.
Yeah.
Doc Massey working down low. That's an easy call for the official on Miles Limata. 2 hands on the body. They're instructed to call that immediately. We've seen that all year.
Connor, you know, another thing with this Tri-City team, they're very, very well-rounded. We see, you know, both the Carnes brothers averaging about 6, 7, 8 points a game. Obviously, they have, you know, Andy Mora, who's at 25. Jake Torres at 8. So they have a lot of contributors on this team. Wickenburg does a lot of stuff with their, you know, 3-headed monster, you could say, and Blodgett, Matney, and Doc Massey at times, too.
Absolutely. Speaking of, Carter Slagner into the game for Tri-City. He's leading the team in 3-point field goals, so he's deadly from outside as Blodgett pulls up for 2 and knocks it down. Free throw line extended jumper is good. Cuts the lead to 7. Tri-City now up 11-4. We're also going to get Adebayo Ajayi coming into the game. Set to check in just a second. Slagner for 3. No good. Rebound Blodgett. Wickenburg on the move. Blodgett going all the way to the bucket, throws it up and throws
finish.
it in. Great finish there from Mark Blodgett.
Blodgett's starting to get it going now after missing his first few shots.
Yeah, they're going to need that if they want to make this a close one. Torres swinging it over to Carnes. Back to Torres. Finds Mora on the left wing for three. No good, off the rim. And rebound by Will Perkins. Perkins sprinting the floor, wanted it down low, wanted to get rewarded after that rebound, but Blodgett didn't find him. Now Blodgett trying to use a screen from Rigo. Double teamed. Jake Torres there got a little greedy, looking for that steal, and committed a foul.
Yeah, good switches on defense. Torres just too close into the defender's landing space on the catch. Need to get a few subs here.
Miles Limata and Jake Torres will go to the bench as Ajayi and Chris Carnes will re-enter. Evan Gusson will take it out for Wickenburg Christian. And Blodgett remains at the point guard position, running the show for the Lions. Great cut down low from Drake Matney, and he's able to drop it.
Tough finish.
Great cut, tough finish in the lane. Matney's starting to heat up now.
8-0 run for Wickenburg right now. It was 11-0.
Carnes running the two-guard front with his brother. Trying to find more in the short corner, and it was tipped out of bounds by Drake Matney. Not sure what happened there. I must have gone off Mora. They're rewarding Wickenburg with the ball.
It looked like there was a deflection, and Mora was confused, just about as confused as we were. But
yeah, I think you and I still thought the same thing. I thought that was off of Wickenburg, but apparently not. As Blodgett fires from downtown and drops it. Mark Blodgett on the right corner three. Ties this game up. 11-0 run from Wickenburg Christian. Griffith, we knew this was going to be a good game, but man, they started slow and now they are hot.
What a response from them. I mean, we really needed to see something, and I think it was 11-0. Tri-City had the ball and just kind of threw it away. Matney got that open layup, and I think that could have just sparked something for them. They got a few layups, a few tough finishes, and that three ties this one up.
Yeah, since that fast break, it's been all Wickenburg. Lions coming out of the gate a little slow, but after that fast break, they've heated up. So for the Lions, it'll be Will Perkins, Evan Guston, Mark Blodgett, Drake Matney, and Joe Rigo. Same five for Tri-City as Mora runs the point over to Carnes. Back up from Mora all the way to the bucket. The hoop and the harm is good. Andy Mora, great aggressive take to the rack. Puts them up two with one incoming.
You should be doing that a lot of the time. Just put your head down and get to the hoop if you can.
I'm sure we're going to see that from him all night, Griff. He's got size, he's got skill, and agility. Three things you definitely want to see in your star player. Not able to convert the and one free throw. As Wickenburg on the fast break. Quick three from Mark Blodgett. Looking like Steph Curry out here. That was a quick chuck. Off the rim is no good. So after 1 quarter of play, Tri-City Christian Warriors lead the Wickenburg Christian Academy Lions 13-11. That was a high pace, fast pace first quarter. Tri-City coming out of the gate very hot. Wickenburg looking real cold, and then the script completely flipped.
Yeah, I mean, basketball definitely a game of runs, and we saw Tri-City's run just opening, and like you mentioned, Wickenburg right there, and it should be a good second quarter and throughout the rest of the game as well.
Absolutely. Tri-City sticking with 7 or 8 guys to start this game, not making that many adjustments. Not that they've needed to, but we could see if Wickenburg keeps their foot on the gas and the momentum shifts with them, we might see a little bit of a deeper bench, see some more guys inserted into the game.
Yeah, and I really want to see if Wickenburg is, going to make some defensive adjustments here coming into this quarter. Mora's been really able to get to any spot he wants on the court. You got to think they'd want to really tighten up more.
Absolutely. They've both been in a man-to-man, but if they're going to keep using on-ball and off-ball screens to get Mora open looks, they might want to switch to a zone. Same five for both squads to start the second quarter. It'll be Wickenburg basketball. Tri-City, for the time being, will be in a man-to-man. It's Chris Carnes guarding Mark Blodgett now. Up on him tight, not a lot of space. Blows by him, but misses the layup. That's what we call 90-cent move, 10-set finish, Griff.
Great take to the hoop. Blew by, obviously, his defender. Split a pair of defenders, too. Just couldn't finish.
Mora running the show down low in the short corner to Carnes. Kicks it back out to Mora. Mora driving and kicking. Limata now to the rack. Swatted by Will Perkins. Great defense there. As Carnes and Mora are both able to save it. Carnes now running the two-guard front with Slagder. Over to Mora. And now they're going to run a play.
And like we mentioned, Wickenburg's in that zone defense like we expected coming into this quarter.
Almost like we know what we're talking about, Griff. Mora to the bucket. Again, great take, not able to convert, but he will go to the line for two. And now Carter Slagder and Miles Limata will have a conversation with the coaches. Talk strategy.
Doc Massey about to check in for Wickenburg once again.
First free throw from Mora is good. Massey comes in for Rigo. A little bit more size down low on the block. Second free throw on the way for Mora is good. And Tri-City increased their lead to 4, now up 15-11 here in the second quarter. Matney now for Wickenburg, looking for the dribble handoff to Blodgett. Carnes right up in his grill again, looking for the steal. And Drake Matney traveled. That'll be a Wickenburg turnover as Tri-City will take over here.
Carnes brothers have really provided some very disruptive defense up front so far this game. It's gotten to the guards for Wickenburg a bit.
Absolutely, not giving them any space. Lots of pressure on the perimeter, especially in the backcourt. Wickenburg still in that 2-3 zone. We will most likely see some flashing and cunning from the big man, Miles Limata. Mora with the skip pass over to Slagder, trying to find Limata down low. And it's tipped out of bounds. It'll remain Tri-City. They'll have it underneath on the baseline. Safety net out to Slagder. Or excuse me, to Jonathan Henry. My apologies. Now it's Slagder with the ball.
It's Chris Carnes. He keeps running back and forth baseline. They're trying to find him. Good entry to the high post.
Andy Mora came crashing in for the offensive rebound, but got a little bit too aggressive as him and Doc Massey were fighting for it.
Yeah,
my apologies there. That was Jonathan Henry. But you were right. Great call down low, looking for that high-low, trying to break that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, they found it. They got it in to Limata, who found Carnes down low, just couldn't finish.
That's Blodgett with a great take to the rack. Little left-handed layup on the right side. And they've cut the lead to a bucket. 15-13 here with under 6 remaining in the first half. Slagder now back out to Carnes. Skip pass over to Jonathan Henry. Avoided a travel there. That was close.
Close one.
Now Mora on the left wing. Carnes driving and kicking over to Henry. Driving baseline. Back outside Carnes. Back up top to Mora. And it was a kick ball. I believe Mark Blodgett got a piece of that with his foot.
Yeah, Wickenburg finding some success with the zone defense. Tri-City's really got to try to get it into Limata at the high post.
They're definitely working harder offensively, Griff. Before it was more just taking it to the rack, getting whatever he wanted. Now they're definitely providing much more ball movement. As Slagger's able to knock it down, that's what he does, leading the way in three-point field goals made, extending this lead to 5. Blodgett now getting a Massey screen up top, finds him on the roll, and he's swatted away by Miles Limata. Took that out of the air. More on the break now to Jake Torres, and it's good. Great find from Andy Mora to Jake Torres.
Love the unselfishness from Mora running the break as well. could have easily just floated that in for a layup, but found his teammate for an even better shot.
Couldn't agree more, Griff. Massey and Limata fighting for position down low. Now Drake Matney will come outside with it, driving and kicking. Over to Zion Hintz, down low to Massey. Jump hook in the lane, comes up short. Will Perkins tried to save it, but it hit the backboard out of bounds, and Tri-City will take over, up 7.
Yeah, Massey had the size advantage there, too, for a moment. Limata was behind, and he had a shorter defender on him, but Massey chose to fade away, and we saw some anger from him after that play.
I think he's disappointed he didn't go a little bit more aggressive to the take. I'm sure on the next one he'll be a little more physical. Jonathan Henry now on the left wing, finding the cutting Mora. Working it around the perimeter. Finds the flashing Limata, back outside to Torres. Torres to Mora. Mora with a great Euro step to the bucket. Great move there.
Found the open lane and just took it right away. Didn't miss the opportunity.
Wickenburg thought they were in great defensive position, and Mora said, see you later. 2 more to my tally. Drake Matney on the pull-up. Great defense there from Mora, and he finds the rebound, doing it all for Tri-City, as he's done all season. Ball screen from Limata. Down low to Torres in the short corner, back outside to Henry for 3 is long. Limata on the offensive board, but he swatted away. Team effort there from Wickenburg, and now they will take over offensively. Blodgett now outside to Matney, stripped away by Mora, picked up by Massey, swatted by Limata, ball going all over the place. Will Perkins trying to save it. Jake Torres trying to take it from Perkins. What a sequence, ball going everywhere.
Bodies flying all over the floor. Love to see the hustle.
You know, as a former basketball player, and you were as well, Griff, I'm sure you feel the same way. I'd love to get out there and play with these guys, man. It is so fun watching this.
Yeah, just a great game so far. We saw, Tri-City kind of pulled away once again, get back to their almost double-digit lead.
You know, they're just so fundamental and so disciplined, right? We saw Wickenburg shift to the 2-3 zone. They made their adjustments immediately and found openings in the space and were able to convert. It's
Definitely.
Really impressive to watch. And that's how you can tell that they're a well-oiled machine, and showing why as the Division II state champions.
Definitely. That's how you break the zone, too. You just got to move the ball around it. The more they do that, obviously, it helps with no shot clock here. But the more they do that, you'll find open looks all over. And we saw, the open look for 3 in the corner from Carter Slagter. We saw, who was it? Andy Mora with that drive. If they just keep moving the ball, they're going to continue to find more of those.
And they're running high post action with Miles Limata up top, so he's going to be able to find people cutting as well. Great work from Miles Limata on both ends so far for Tri-City. Got to be satisfied if you're head coach Paul Brown. And Wickenburg coming on in a different offensive set, immediately getting a steal. Mark Blodgett smoked the layup, but got it stolen back. Blodgett looking for some help, stolen away again, and now it's Andy Mora on the fast break for Tri-City. Great pass to Miles Limata, unselfish play, and rewards the big man for the run as they go up 11 here with 2.5 remaining in the first half.
Mora running that fast break very efficiently.
Mark Blodgett pulling for 3 off the ball screen is no good. Mora looking to add to his total. To the rack, off the glass is no good. I believe the foul will be on the ground, actually.
Yep.
It will be. Baseline out of bounds. He looks good, Griff. He has been aggressive from tip-off.
Very smooth, crafty player getting to his spots with ease.
Carter Slagter coming out of the game. We now have both Carnes brothers into the game. Mora will take over as the baseline runner. Skip pass over to Adam Carnes, now to Chris. Now to Mora, now to Torres down in the short corner. Tough take high off the glass is no good. Miles Limata with the offensive board, just airballed a little post shot.
Left it a bit short, but he's young. He's an 8th grader.
That's incredible work, Griff, from an 8th grader to be playing at the varsity level.
He's starting too, which is crazy.
As Mora is able to get another steal and go all the way to the basket, finish the layup for 2. Tough take there from Andy Mora, increasing his point total.
Yeah, but Limata, like we said, just making his presence known. He has a few blocks too, a couple rebounds.
genuinely doing it all for Tri-City as Drake Madney's able to get a tough layup to go. They needed that one. Let's see if they can go on a little run of their own as we saw in the first quarter. Morrow over to Chris Carnes. Back to Morrow in the right corner for three. It is good. Andy Morrow once again from downtown. He's heating up, Griff.
Can't leave him open.
You know, just CAA Player of the Year. No big deal. Wide open in the corner. Probably not a good idea, right? Jake Torres secures the rebound. Andy Morrow screaming for it, rightfully so. Wouldn't be surprised if he just pulled it from half at this point. We're under a minute here in the first half. Limata down low. Great pump fake. A little strong on the layup, but that was great footwork from him. Blodgett now going all the way to the bucket. Layup is good. Great move from Mark Blodgett. Slicing and dicing through the lane, cutting the lead to 12. We're under 30 seconds remaining here in this first half. I believe they will hold for one. Two-guard front, Mora and Chris Carnes.
There it is.
Oh, great look down low. Chris Carnes for three. It's good. Chris Carnes from downtown.
No one kept track of Adam Carnes, who cut to the hoop, and he just found his brother back out.
Great move. Jump stop in the lane. Oh, my goodness. Miles Limata swatted that away after the Mark Blodgett drive. Referee called a foul. I'm not supposed to speculate, Griff, but that did not look like a foul to me. That looked like a lot of leather.
Yeah, tough call there.
So we've got 1.5 remaining seconds, that is. Mark Blodgett's first free throw is water. It's now 32-18. He's got one free throw remaining. Griff, do you have enough time to get a shot off here?
If he misses it, I mean, we could see a Wickenburg tip-in, which would be cool. But got to send someone down the court, I think. Mora letting it roll.
Mora from three-quarters court. Oh! Nearly drained that one. Great presence of mind from Andy Mora to let that one bounce a few times. As after 2 quarters of play, Tri-City Christian Academy Warriors, lead Wickenburg 32-19. Griffin, we've got Coach Paul Brown of Tri-City Christian incoming right now.
All right, Coach Brown, great start for your team, obviously 11-0 run. What were you telling your team when Wickenburg made that push and, tied it up at 11-11?
Get back to what we were doing. Literally, we were attacking the rim, we're getting and ones, and then we settled for threes. I don't know what the difference was, but hey, we answered the call. But 11-0 run, what a great start to a great game.
Yeah, they came out in the second quarter with that zone defense, and it took you guys a little bit to get it going, but you really pushed ahead and, pushed that lead out, scoring almost, I think, about 20 second quarter points. How was your, offensive zone able to be so effective against that Wickenburg defense?
So early on, we just settled to shoot. We were open. That's what the zone wants you to do, to shoot. And then we started reading what the defense had, made the one more pass. We do a little drill called one more. So I'm always yelling over here, one more. And you know what? When we find the right open guy, we'll knock down shots.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Coach. Good
Thanks,
luck
guys.
in the second half.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was head coach Paul Brown of Tri-City Christian. Griff, his team looks really good. They're up 32-19. We'd love to talk about it more, but we've got an exciting interview to talk about. You want to lead us into that one, Griff?
Oh, yeah. Sam Valenci actually has a very exciting interview with, I believe it was a player on the Rattlers. So that was a one-time opportunity. I think Sam actually mentioned to me the other day he was working on that interview, and I was like, we got to get it done for one of the games, and he said, yeah, that's our goal, trying to get it done. But yeah, Sam Valenci has an interview with Isaiah Houston from the Arizona Rattlers. He's a wide receiver, and we're just going to jump into that and have Sam take it away for us.
Okay, we will run that, and from Chandler, Arizona, we will be back after this interview for the second half of basketball.
It is an absolute honor to have here on the Varsity Sports Show, current member of the Arizona Rattlers, someone who has one of the most inspirational stories that I have ever heard of, Mr. Isaiah Houston. Isaiah, welcome.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you. Let's get this going, man.
So let's start off at Phoenix College. For of course, for all of the listeners of the Varsity Sports Show who are listening, Vince DeLisio coached at Phoenix College while you were there, Isaiah. So
Correct.
what was your experience like getting to work with Vince, playing at Phoenix College, and how did those years just kind of impact your career moving forward?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Vince is a great guy. I still have a good relationship with him to this day. And he is one of the guys that helped me get to Arizona State, actually. But early on, our relationship, he's definitely a stickler and real discipline, which is good in a coach. Those are the things you want. And early on, I was young, so I didn't really buy in all quite at first. And Coach Vince was able to help me kind of buy into the process and whatnot. And that led me to having a lot of success over at Phoenix College. And then, like I said, Coach Vince was one of the ones that played a big part in getting me over to Arizona State. So definitely owe a lot of thanks to Coach Vince. And like I said, we still maintain a good relationship to this day.
What was the experience like being a walk-on at such a big university?
Right. And like you said, it's a huge university, Pac-12 school. But obviously I knew I could play at that level and have a lot of success just given the opportunity. And Coach Vince helped me get over there as preferred walk-on. And so they knew a little bit about me. They knew about me in high school and stuff before I went to junior college. So they kind of had some background on me. Unfortunately, I only went through spring ball with them, ended up breaking my jaw in a freak accident. And so that led to me taking the fall semester off. And then that's how I ended up at Arizona Christian.
Once again, we are speaking with Isaiah Houston here on the Varsity Sports Show. Let's go to your time at Arizona Christian. So you're obviously you balled out there. You played great there. But honestly,
Right.
I think the most important thing was that you've said that while attending there, you grew closer to God. So how has your faith helped you throughout your career?
Man, my faith is everything. And I honestly, don't think I'd still be playing football without it. My time at Arizona Christian definitely matured me a lot, not only in, life and football, but in my faith, like you said, and that's kind of opened doors that I, wouldn't even think possible on my own. Definitely haven't been able to navigate everything perfectly by myself. So whenever I was able to, build that relationship with Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, it definitely, I started to see doors open and things start to kind of play out in my favor. So definitely, owe that to ACU and them kind of allowing me to grow in my faith.
I think it's wonderful that you're able to use your faith and it really helps you, through your career, through this journey. I think that's magnificent.
Even when I lacerated my kidney my senior year, like I said, it was the day after I met with the Detroit Lions. They were really interested. The scouts were like, "Hey, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Coming from a small school, you gotta, kind of stand out, but you're doing that. So just keep doing what you're doing." And then that very next Tuesday in practice, I just dove for a pass on a post and landed on the tip of the football, lacerated my kidney. And originally the doctor said they were gonna, need to do surgery and remove my kidney. So they scheduled to have me transfer hospitals to Trauma One Hospital. And in that process, I guess they lost the MRI of my kidney. So they had to do another one. And when they did the other one, it randomly stopped bleeding, so I fortunately never needed surgery. So I definitely, think that's a blessing and God played a big part in that. So
when and how did you first get involved with the Indoor Football League and the Rattlers? Like when did the Rattlers start coming to you saying, "Hey, we want to sign you"?
So actually I had posted a video on Twitter of me running routes. And I had tagged Coach Guy in the video along with, a couple other coaches. And Coach Guy sent me a message and was like, "Yo, we're having an open tryout on Saturday. Come to the tryout." And I was kind of honestly, you guys should just sign me. But definitely was grateful for the opportunity to go to the tryout and did very well there. And that led to me getting a contract with them, being invited to camp. Camp had a very great camp, made a lot of plays early on, and so ended up making the team off the tryout, and then was with them in 2020. However, the season was canceled due to COVID, So then last year, 2021, was my first season with them, and I'm currently re-signed for this upcoming year in 2022, getting ready to go here in March.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for all our listeners here on the Varsity Sports Show, we have been joined by the one, the only Isaiah Houston. Isaiah, once again, just thank you so much for joining us for this interview. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, thank you, man. Hope you guys, continue to enjoy success on the show. Keep the good things going, man, and look forward to being on again.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half. We're immediately going to go live to Griffin Greenberg with head coach Bradley Matney of Wickenburg Christian Academy Lions.
Welcome back to Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with Coach Matney at the half. Coach, your team trails by 13. What were you trying to tell your players in that locker room at halftime?
Oh, just settle down a little bit. The acoustics of this place and it's hard. They're in us. You're in somebody else's gymnasium. We haven't played for a week and a half. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But it's basketball. So
definitely, you guys made some good adjustments defensively. Trying to get back into the game after they started on an 11-0 run. What other adjustments could you make to counter their adjustments to yours on that? On their offensive push? Well,
we just got to continue to get our hands on passes and just play defense like we're capable of, and rebound, and run the floor. It's like I said, the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the game really hurt us bad, And so now we just got to overcome it, in somebody else's gym. We'll find out what we're made of.
Definitely. Got it. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Griffin, great interview there. Again, that was head coach Bradley Matney of the Wickenburg Christian Academy Lions. They trail by 13 as we're about to go underway in the second half here. We know they can come back. They were down 11-0 after a few minutes in the first quarter and then tied it back up. So anything is possible here in the second half as we're about to go underway in just about 15 seconds. They have the resiliency to come back. I don't want to speculate, but I will say it is possible.
It is. We saw them down by double digits early in this game. They came back in a matter of a few minutes just after making some adjustments. So it'd be interesting to see what Wickenburg can do to counter the counter of Tri-City coming out into this half.
Absolutely. Anything is possible. That's why we love this game.
Definitely. Game of runs.
Okay, here we go. Second half underway. Andy Mora running the point for Tri-City Christian, finding Adam Carnes. Up top to the 8th grader, Blake Limata, who's given them incredible minutes here in the first half. Miles Limata. Very impressive for an 8th grader to be starting a varsity basketball game.
Definitely.
Mora off the ball screen to the bucket. Swatted away by Drake Matney. My goodness. Great work there as Carnes now hands it back off to Mora. He's going to slow it down. Dribble it back up top to Chris Carnes now. Over to Jake Torres. Now it's Adam Carnes finding Mora. Outside to Limata. Back inside to Mora. Great wraparound pass from Jake Torres. Comes up short on the layup, but it will remain Tri-City Christian basketball.
Yeah, and some good looks for Tri-City, but Wickenburg has been there with their defense early on in this half.
In this possession, at least, they've stopped everything Tri-City's thrown at them. Torres inbounding on the baseline. Finds Mora pump faking on the 3. Carnes on the drive. Mora now being guarded by Blodgett. Playing the give-and-go game as Mora is able to roll it in. Great finger roll. Great work from him and Adam Carnes on the 1-2.
Just finding those open lanes to cut to, moving without the ball. Great point of emphasis in Mora's game that has really gotten him a lot of points tonight.
Evan Gusson now in the corner. Over to Zion Hintz down low to Matney. Back up top for 3. Rattles in and out. And it'll be an offensive foul.
Yeah, they're going to get Doc Massey with an over the back on Miles Limata there.
Again, great work by Miles Limata. He's an 8th grader, guys. So impressive for an 8th grader to be giving this many minutes and this much plus minus.
Definitely.
When I was an 8th grader, I didn't even sniff the varsity team in my school. I jinxed him as he turns it over. Drake Matney. Lefty layup is good. The lead remains at 13. Tri-City Christian up 34-21 here if you're just joining us. Andy Mora for three is no good. Rebound, Doc Massey.
Yeah, Wickenburg caught a bit of a break there. Blodgett went under the screen. Really just got to stay on Mora all over the court, and Mora got an open shot. Just couldn't convert.
Just really tough. Got to pick your poison, right? You go under the screen. As Mark Blodgett knocks down a three, you go under the screen, he's going to kill you from deep. You go over the top, he's probably going to keep you on his hip and go to the basket. So it's really just how do you want to get beat, right? Andy Mora now getting Doc Massey on a switch. Lee Mata's got the little man down low. Mora all the way to the rack, just as I alluded to. He had the slower Doc Massey on him and just blew by him to the rack.
Yeah, it was interesting. Massey really initiated that switch there when I feel like they didn't need it. There was a bit of a screen, but the screener just rolled away right away, and Massey, decided to stay on Mora, who eventually drove past him. And Mora could have put up a shot too. He had an open look, but
yeah, not sure what they were thinking there because they had a mismatch with Mora with the ball and also down low as well. With the smaller Blodgett guarding Miles Limata. So
yeah,
probably not the defensive scheme they wanted on the pick and roll, but such is life, and they're in the timeout probably discussing it.
Coach Matney had a few words to the referee there too. Not happy with something he saw down low, I think it was.
We never want to speculate on referee-coach conversations, but once again, they're probably not talking about class schedules and such. If you're just joining us, we're here in Chandler, Arizona. Tri-City Christian Academy Warriors. 10-0 basketball team are leading the visiting Wickenburg Christian Academy Lions 36-24 with 5.5 remaining here in the third quarter. It's the battle of the two state champions, Wickenburg, the Division I state champs from a year ago. Tri-City Christian, the Division II state champs from a year ago. It's been an incredible run. In the first quarter, Tri-City came out hot, 11-0, and then Wickenburg went on an 11-0 run to tie it up. Right now, Tri-City Christian has really been picking them apart in all aspects of the game. They stayed in a man-to-man. Andy Mora leading the way for them, burning them in pretty much every part of the court. Then they went to a zone, played a little bit more of a team brand of basketball, and continued to get whatever they want. And now they have a 12-point lead here with 5:10 in the third.
Rigo back in the game for Massey.
Mora using the horn screen set at the top, finding Chris Carnes back up top to Mora. Great jab step there from Mora. Tried to find it underneath, and it's taken away. Drake Matney all the way to the bucket. Lefty layup is no good, but he was fouled by Adam Carnes and will go to the line for two. Tough take there, Griff.
Yeah, definitely. Like we saw before, Matney flying up the court once again on the fast break. I definitely don't want to be one-on-one and fast break with him most of the time.
No, sir. He's got sneaky speed, right?
Yeah.
We saw in the first half that fast break layup that sparked their 11-0 run. I think he only took 3 or 4 dribbles from full court to full court.
Yeah, and Carnes, who was a very quick player, was almost behind him for a second after he was in front of him to start the play.
Matney able to knock down both free throws, shaking his head. Wasn't pretty, but they went in. No pictures on the scorecard, as my father always says. Wickenburg cutting the Tri-City Christian lead to 10, now down 36-26. Great back cut there from Mora. Jake Torres couldn't find him. And Griff, it's very apparent they're doing everything in their power to get Andy Mora the ball off of screens. They used a back cut from Mora and then 2 screens from Jake Torres and Miles Limata, as Adebayo Ajayi will come into the game, giving Limata a breather.
Yeah, Limata picked up an offensive foul right there, going the other way.
And you got to give the guy a break, man. He's an 8th grader. Excuse me. Mark Blodgett now on the left wing, and we're going to get a foul down low. I think Andy Mora and Drake Matney were fighting for a position, and he had 2 hands on his body. It'll be baseline out of bounds, Wickenburg. Matney inbounding to Blodgett in the corner.
Thought they could have given it into the Tyler Hintz right there, who was guarded by one of the Carnes brothers, and shot a layup, but we'll take it out and reset.
Chose not to go that direction as Blodgett finds Rigo on the free throw line. Jumper is no good. Rebound secured by Torres, and here comes Tri-City. Mora stopping. Slowing it up, passed up on the three. Surveying the court, finds Ajayi on the right corner. Back outside to Mora, and Carnes will slow it up once again. Wickenburg back in the man-to-man defense. Carnes to Ajayi for three. Is good. Adebayo Ajayi gets on the board for Tri-City Christian, extending their lead to 13. Blodgett now using a Rigo screen. Rigo hit the deck. Jumper from great jumper from Evan Gustin. Little magic in that headband though. Mora now looking to answer. He's got Rigo on the switch. Wants to go ISO. Fadeaway jumper from the free throw line. Hits nothing but air.
Pretty good defense from Rigo right there. Stayed right in front of him. Wickenburg really throwing a lot of defenders at Andy Mora, just a flurry of them, and switching everything, making sure he doesn't get anywhere near the hoop.
My guess is Bradley Matney said, we're going to stop him no matter what. If we have to go 1-on-5, we will. Blodgett on the pump fake for three is no good. Rigo with the offensive rebound, finding Drake Matney in the short corner. Jumper's no good, and Chris Carnes secures the rebound. The little man with the board. Jake Torres now to the bucket. Swatted away by Drake Matney, but Ajayi is there for the offensive rebound, and he's not able to put it in. Matney screaming at his teammates to push the pace. Blodgett now turning it over, and now it's Mora on the board.
Watch out.
Behind the back twice. Slowing it back up. Thought we were going to see some magic there for a second.
A little bit of Jamal Crawford action right there.
Well, how you doing? Mora now over to Chris Carnes. Does Ajayi want another three? Not this time. Jake Torres. Oh, he had Mora on the back cut, but couldn't find him. I think you and I both saw that one.
Would have been a tight window, but definitely could have thread the needle there.
He's got great footwork, Griff.
Definitely.
Ajayi driving to the bucket, turns the ball over, and Drake Matney comes away with it. Andy Mora, don't want to say he intentionally fouled him, but he did to slow down the fast break. Nothing malicious there, just slapping at his hand.
I mean, and it's smart when you have a player like Matney going up for a fast break. Matney looked to have an open lane for a second, just one man to beat down the court. But
Zach Hathaway coming into the game, giving Adebayo Ajayi a breather. I believe this is the first we're seeing of Hathaway. Tri-City Christian coaches having a discussion with the referee. I believe it was on who they called the foul on. It was on Mora. We saw that one. Referee called it on 24 Adebayo Ajayi, but the foul clearly on Andy Mora. Paul Brown and the assistants incensed with the call. Understandably, I mean, the foul blatantly wasn't on him. It's just a missed call. Now I believe they will discuss it.
yeah, they wanted that foul on Ajayi, not Andy Mora, who it was called on.
Oh, that's interesting. Now I see why the refs are upset. I don't think the foul was on Ajayi. It was on Mora.
I thought it was. They said after the rebound he just smacked him, and I think they were pleading that's why they took him out too for the moment.
Very interesting. Drake Matney had nowhere to go with it. Blodgett trying to save it. That'll be a backcourt violation. Tough from Drake Matney there. He was 3-on-1 down low in the low post. Had nowhere to go with it.
Good defense from Mora right there. A little bit of trickery. Stand your ground for a second, then slightly pull the chair so he loses balance.
His father, Bradley Matney, a little bit upset with that take to the bucket. As Chris Carnes and the Warriors will take over up 39-28. We got 1:20 remaining here in this third quarter. Jake Torres dumping it underneath to Hathaway. Loses the handle. Getting it back. Athletic work there from Hathaway as he's fouled. That man has hops.
I think they called out of bounds, actually. I might have said he stepped on the line.
Yeah, we had a good look at that. I think part of his shoe was on the black line.
Great hustle nonetheless.
Mark Blodgett now taking over for Wickenburg. Finding Evan Gustin, headband warrior. Over to fellow headband warrior, Zion Hintz. Down low to Perkins. Layup is good. Great work there from the lanky Will Perkins. Cutting this lead to single digits now. We're under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Mora off 2 screens from his teammates on the right wing. Back outside, Adam Carnes. Looking for a teammate and it's stolen. Blodgett now. Tipped away by Carnes as Miles Limata coming back in the game.
Switch is really working for Wickenburg right now. Morrow could have had an open lane, but Gustin got there just in time to stop him and force him to bring it back out.
Zach Hathaway to the bench for Tri-City. Matney now working down low, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Extension of the elbow into the chest of the Tri-City player. I believe it was Mora guarding him. That's great defensive work by Mora, standing his ground.
Definitely. Matney conversing with his father after the play.
Sure they're going to have a conversation about that one at the dinner table.
Yep.
18 seconds remaining here. Tri-City most likely will hold for one. Torres up top, over to Carnes. Looking for Torres on the cut, it wasn't there. Finds Mora now. Ball screen, they find Perkins on the switch. Mora, right to left, crossover to the layup. Bucket is good, and one. Andy Mora, great take to the rack. Perfect use of the clock and the ball screen. They got the switch. He went right to left on the crossover, finished the layup and the contact. 1 free throw remaining. If he makes it, he puts them up 12 with 1.8 here. Jonathan Henry set to check in, the sophomore for Tri-City. Basket is good. Griffin, same as the halftime amount of seconds. Do they have time to put up a shot?
They do, and it looks like Matney's going to try to fire it down court. He will.
Finds Perkins from the free throw line. No good.
Great pass from Matney, though.
Who'd that remind you of?
A little bit of Grant Hill.
A little bit of Grant Hill, Christian Leitner, turnaround. Obviously, the stakes aren't as high in this game, but nonetheless.
He fired that down there.
Yeah, that was a rocket. Okay, 3 quarters of basketball have been played. 42-30, Tri-City Christian up at home. Griff, what have you seen from both teams in the second half?
I mean, I feel like it's been pretty even on both sides of the second half. Wickenburg's really tightened up their defense, but just hasn't gotten a lot to go on offense, and that's mostly due to some of the turnovers they had. You know, we saw a few offensive fouls, a few just bad passes and miscommunications, and it's really cost them. And you know, they have 8 minutes to really, you know, just try to get back into this game, and they have to do it right in the first 2 or 3 minutes. I'd say they have to make their first push. If Tri-City Christian gets the first push, that's going to be a lead that's too tough to come back from, I think, for Wickenburg.
Couldn't agree more. There were a few times where they tried to drive and dump down low to the guy, and Tri-City Christian guys got their hands in there, caused deflections, and then scoring off turnovers was huge. They were taking advantage of the defense, turning it into offense. Now, granted, Wickenburg did win that quarter. They were down 13 at half, now down only 12. So they were +1 on that quarter, but that's not going to be enough, Griff. They're going to need to win the fourth quarter by a lot if they want to win this ball game.
Massey, one of the players back in for Wickenburg right now.
Okay, here we go for both squads. Wickenburg, Zion Hintz, Mark Blodgett, Drake Matney, Evan Gustin, and Doc Massey. For Tri-City, the Carnes brothers, Jake Torres, Miles Limata, and the star of the night, Andy Mora. Immediately, we're going to have an offensive foul on Wickenburg and a turnover. Not how you want to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Massey had a little bit of a football move on that play and just kind of just ran into the defender and just going the other way. Let's see if Tri-City could capitalize on that mistake from Wickenburg.
And Doc Massey looks like a football player, Griff. That man is huge.
He's big.
Mora clearing it out. He wants an ISO. Going to find Chris Carnes now on the 2-guard front. Finds his brother. Limata now. Over to Torres. Ooh, great footwork there from Andy Mora. Oh, he had him lost. Mora to the bucket. A lot of contact, but no call there. and Blodgett, and the Lions are headed the other way. I believe it's going to be a kick ball.
Yeah.
As Rigo set the check back in.
How about Mora breaking ankles on and off the ball?
Didn't think that was possible, Griff. He's taking names all over the place. Great pump fake there from Mark Blodgett. Fantastic footwork on the pump fake. Little pump fake right, left. Where you been?
Got Adam Carnes jumping.
Jumping for joy. Andy Mora now on the ball. See if he snatches any more ankles. Jake Torres passing up on the 3. Driving and kicking. Back up top to Chris Carnes. Over to his big bro. Oh, he almost lost Gustin there. Bad pass there from Adam Carnes. Let's see if Wickenburg can capitalize off that turnover. Blodgett outside to Gustin. Over to Hintz. Hintz taking the free throw line jumper. Strong off the rack, but Drake Matney's able to secure the offensive board. Matney now, that's going to be a long 2, way off. And Limata secures the rebound. So they come up empty-handed after that turnover from Tri-City.
Yeah, Wickenburg really struggling shooting the ball today.
Andy Mora drops Rigo. I believe that's going to be an offensive foul, and it will be. Griff, that's a pretty easy call.
Yeah, really, I feel like that's one of the first miscues we've seen from Mora today, too. Really just lowered his shoulder and ran into Rigo. Rigo obviously fell down, and now Mora checks out.
Yeah, he certainly didn't need that. I think Andy Mora has 4 fouls. I believe that's why he's going to the bench. So,
and this is the time if you're Wickenburg to make that push. This is, the best time. Obviously, Tri-City hasn't been scoring as much right here, but you have to convert. Mora's a great defensive player too, and they have to take advantage of his absence.
It's time for them to capitalize with the best player on the bench as Rigo able to fight for that offensive rebound. Possession arrow will stick with Tri-City as the Warriors will take over. Yeah, time running out figuratively and literally, Griff. 5:36 remaining here in this ball game. Wickenburg is going to have to make their push now if they want to win. Carnes looking for Slagger on the back cut. Didn't have him. Back up top to Chris Carnes. Now Torres with it, being guarded by Matney. Slagger. Nearly stolen away by Evan Gustin.
Oh, once again.
Ooh, great work there to keep the ball with Tri-City, and that's going to be another offensive foul. Look at Joe Rigo, man. That's 2 charges drawn on back-to-back plays, I believe.
Great work by Rigo down there. Hope he's already looks like he got hit in the mouth or the nose maybe.
We will keep you updated on his status. I think he's going to be okay. Staying in the game, just kind of shaking it off. Adam Carnes will go to the bench. Jonathan Henry in for the Warriors. 10-point contest. We're under 5 minutes in the game.
Coach Matney screaming at his team to get the offense going. Knows they need to move quick.
Skip pass over to Blodgett. Finding Matney on the curl. Matney in the lane. Jumper's no good. Rigo on the offensive work. Had it denied out of bounds. It will remain Wickenburg basketball. Adebayo Ajayi coming back in for the Warriors. He's coming in for Limata. Limata once again giving them great minutes here in this 4th quarter. Awkward pass there from Hintz. Finding Matney on the fadeaway jumper in the lane. Tough basket. They needed that one. Cutting the lead to single digits now.
He loves that fading shot, and it's very effective for him too.
Paul Brown's going to take a timeout, a full one. They're going to talk strategy. So this is it, Griff. You're absolutely right. Andy Mora goes to the bench. 4 fouls. They've now cut the lead 8. What do they have to do to tie this ball game up?
I mean, obviously they got to move quick. And Andy went to the bench a minute and a half, 2 minutes ago as well, and they've only gotten 2 points out of it. Granted, a couple of Rigo stops have helped, but they have to move quick. And without the shot clock, I say it's going to be tough because, Tri-City's going to try to hold this ball out for as long as they can, and I'd say they put Mora back in with about, what did you say, 2:33 left? Maybe if they don't want to put him in now. I don't see him. Doesn't look like he'll come back in right now, but Wickenburg's just got to move down the court quick and just get into their offensive sets.
And if you're Paul Brown, you got to trust Andy Moore to not pick up that 5th foul call, right? I mean, player of the year, he's obviously disciplined, but the mental game is going to come into it as well. He's got to know, look, I need to be smart on the defensive end, and if I want to win this game and help my team win, I got to stop reaching, I got to be in the right defensive position, and I got to not pick up that last foul.
Yep, definitely.
And here we go. It'll be Wickenburg basketball.
If I'm Wickenburg, I'd still look for that Tri-City has the ball, I believe, actually. But if I'm Wickenburg on the offensive end, I'd look at that PNR with Blodgett and Matney. It seems to be working a bit.
Absolutely. Chris Carnes now for Tri-City. Had a Jai wide open underneath.
Yeah.
Slagger now. Tough defense from Mark Blodgett. They're really getting up in their grill now. Matney guarding Torres, looking for the back cut. It wasn't there. Carnes now got the bigger hints on him. Great work there from Drake Matney, deflecting it out of bounds. Paul Brown telling him, look, you got the bigger guy on him. You got to drive by him there. You have a size advantage. Well, smaller, but quicker, I should say. He's got an agility advantage. Let's put it that way. Jake Torres now being guarded by Matney outside. Torres all the way to the rack. Great layup there from Jake Torres. That was clutch. They needed that one. Lead back up to 10. 44-34 with 3:44 remaining in this game. Mark Blodgett in the corner. Back out to Henson. Here comes Andy Mora.
Oh,
another great shot from Matney. He's going to need to get a few more of those going. He loves that spot.
Very tough to guard, too. Matney, a taller player, fading away.
Carnes all the way to the bucket. That's a great take. Rigo getting a little bit undisciplined there, kind of just shoving Carnes in the air. Referee's going to call that 10 times out of 10. And if you're Bradley Matney, head coach of Wickenburg, you hate to see that foul because, number one, it stops the clock. Number two, it's giving them a chance to increase their lead.
Yeah, and the only good thing about that was stopping the clock, and I think that would have been a tough shot for Carnes to hit. Obviously, he got around the edge, but he picked up his dribble and kind of threw it off balance, and it's a costly one.
1 for 2 from the line is Chris Carnes. Matney away with the rebound, taking it himself. Floater in the lane. That's a tough shot. That one was forced up. A little bit of a heat check there.
Good defense by Mora on that play. Great verticality, excuse me.
Player of the year back into the game for Tri-City. He has the ball. Taking his time. Griff, as long as he doesn't get a 5-second call, he could just dribble this thing out until the game's over.
Blodgett's really got to pressure Mora a bit more there.
Carnes, the shifty guard all the way to the bucket. Off the glass and in. Great move. Had Zion Hintz on him. The bigger man, but obviously a little slower. We talked about that agility advantage, and he capitalizes, putting them up 11. Gustin in the short corner is long, and Mora now on the break. What's it going to be? Great pass, unselfish play, and Jonathan Henry with an easy layup, and Griffin, it's looking like they're pulling away here. 49-36 with 2:20 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, once again, Mora on that fast break, making the additional pass to set up a teammate for, the easy layup. Just very smart play from a great player who's had a great all-around game.
Absolutely. Going to be tough for them to come back from this one. They're down 13 with 2:20 remaining. Very nearly going to be in the bonus soon as well. So let's see how Wickenburg responds. We're going to have Justin Smith come into the game for Wickenburg. Just went to the scorer's table. So, Griff, if you're Tri-City on defense, how are you coming out?
I mean, that's tough because it seems like the whole time Wickenburg's been trying to get to the hoop, but this is, the time where they've got to start shooting threes. So I'd say overplay a bit, trust your help defense to really, step up if someone were to get to the hoop. But if they take a 2 over a 3, it's not the worst thing in the world being up 13 with 2 minutes left. And ref's already counting. No one's taking it out. 4.
We're already at 4.
Ooh. Close one there.
Got away with one there. Justin Smith into the game, the freshman. Interesting time to put him into the game for Wickenburg.
Oh, they're finding Blodgett.
Yep, wanted him on that flare screen with Matney. Trying to force it to him, and it's turned over. And you got to believe Andy Moore is just going to dribble it out now.
Yeah, he's going to try to take as much time off this clock as he can.
Being guarded by Blodgett, driving and kicking outside to Carnes. Torres now, finding more on the dribble handoff. Great work there, finding Jake Torres down low. Oh, that would have sealed it for sure. And that will seal it. That's Adebayo Ajayi, and this game is done and dusted, Griff. That is most likely the dagger from Ajayi, and Tri-City Christian now up 51-36 with just over a minute remaining as Carnes is able to get the steal and the layup, and that will certainly do it. Now up 53-36.
Yeah, I don't see Reggie Miller, Tracy McGrady, or Luke Kennard out there.
Okay, Luke Kennard. Let's relax, Clippers Red.
Hey,
relax.
7 points in 10 seconds.
I'll give you the first 2. I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give you the Luke Kennard reference. Andy Mora now doing it all for Tri-City. Jake Torres and Paul Brown's going to tell his squad not to take another shot, I believe, or at least dribble it out as much as they can. Mora on the right wing, finding Ajayi down low. He's going to throw it up. Bucket's no good. Justin Smith now on the break for Wickenburg. Finding Matney, tipped out of bounds. It will remain Wickenburg basketball, but Griff, this game is over. 29.4 seconds remaining. Tri-City up 53-36. Convincing fourth quarter for them to seal the victory at home. They will extend their home win streak to 38 wins.
Crazy. You know, this, I feel like this game really got away from Wickenburg in, you know, that second quarter. They obviously fought back in the first with some, you know, some good offense, some tough defense, and came out with that zone in the second to try to change things up. It did work, but once Tri-City got into their groove and, you know, started making that extra pass, Wickenburg just couldn't really keep up.
Absolutely, as the clock dribbles out to 0. And the Tri-City Christian Academy Warriors improve to 11-0 on the season as they defeat the Wickenburg Christian Academy Lions 53-36 here in Chandler. Wickenburg will drop to 12-4. Griff, it was an incredible game from start to finish. We saw lots of action, but Tri-City Christian showing they were the more disciplined team, especially there in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Just like you said, great discipline, way to stay under control throughout the rest of the game. Even when Mora went out, you know, it was an 8-point game. We could have seen a push from Wickenburg, but Tri-City was able to, you know, hold down, man the fort, and just be effective with their final play.
Absolutely. We're going to get Andy Mora here for an interview in just a second. Teams are wrapping it up, shaking hands, dapping up. As the Tri-City Christian Academy Warriors extend their lead at home to 38 straight home games. Griffin's grabbing Andy Moore here in just a second.
I'm all sweaty, bro.
Here with Andy Mora post-game. Andy, great win, obviously over a very powerful Wickenburg team. How were you guys able to pull it out and find success all around?
I mean, it was a teamwork. The coaches helped us through the whole game. Communication on the defensive part, sharing the ball pretty well. I think we were locked in offensively. I think we got to clean some stuff defensively, but I think overall we did a pretty good job.
38 home wins in a row. You guys haven't lost a home game since 2018. What are your thoughts on that, Andy?
It's crazy, man. I think a lot of the coaches work. Every practice we're going hard, pushing each other. It's all teamwork, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great job out there, Andy.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy it. Yeah, good word.
Okay, that was Andy Mora for Tri-City Christian. Now we're going to have head coach Paul Brown in just a few moments.
Coach Brown, great work out there tonight from your guys. What are you proud of them, and what about their performance are you proud of, and what do you think you guys, really showcased in that second half that you didn't, perform particularly well in that first half?
Well, it goes back to, hey, when you hold a team to 36 points, normally you're going to win. So I think defensively we struggled right at the beginning again of the second half. But when we play good defensively, it creates offense. And it's fun to watch. I always tell my players, when I can stop coaching and become a fan, I love basketball. So when I see good basketball, it's just fun out here to pump them up and enjoy. But great atmosphere. Congratulations, of course, to Brad. His team, they did a great job.
Can you talk a little bit about the trust in your team? Mora with 4 fouls taking him out. Obviously, your leading scorer on the season. And, just how does that trust factor play into effect? Just talking to your team and saying, hey, Andy's out. He has, a bunch of fouls. He can't pick up one more. We need you guys to hold down the fort here. Yeah,
you hit it on the head. Andy, he's a stud. I mean, he is a great part and a huge part of our team. But you know what? I got some guys who can step up to the plate.
Definitely.
Now, defensively, we're still working. It's coming when he's out. He's so active. He did a good job now tonight. He had to guard a big. He did a good job in there, really physical. You're going to get some fouls sometimes. But, our offense struggles without him. But I love defensively, guys came in today and answered the bell. And you know what? I could keep him on the bench just to be safe. And you know what? It worked out good today.
Definitely. Great work tonight, Coach. Congratulations.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Hey, pleasure, guys. Everything worked out good.
Okay, that was head coach Paul Brown. He gets the win at home, 53-36 from Chandler. For my wonderful colleague, Griffin Greenberg, I'm Connor Monfilio. We're signing off. We will see you soon. Thank you for tuning in to the Varsity Sports Show. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and youth.